Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Hope everybody's nice and calm, nice and relaxed, nice and positive, nice and smiley, and everything else that goes that way. Okay, right? Apologies, a couple of days ago, we've had a few technical issues yet again. We thought they'd been sorted out, but unfortunately the uploading thing has taken, for a 30-minute video, has taken the best part of I think it's nearly 6.5 hours, something like that. So I apologise to anybody who's watching this, was expecting something sort of like earlier yesterday, this sort of thing. But anyway, it got sorted out, and here we are today. So today is day 33 and it's a Wednesday, and the mist has gone. It's not so bad, and it's not raining down here where I am at the moment, that sort of thing. So birds are chirping, everybody's cool, everybody's happy, and what I intend to do today is do a review of the Qigong. Okay, so this could be split into 2 days. This could be Wednesday, which is day 33, and it could be Thursday, day 34, that sort of stuff. All right, so we don't know. I'm going to see how long it goes. I'll nip around the camera in a bit, have a look what the time is, trying to keep it all to around about 30 minutes, so it's giving you guys a 30-minute session rather than going on for 40 and 45 minutes. I think some of them are going for. So we will start, and I will go through the review of Qigong and explain it to you, and then we'll do some of the moves. All right, so bring your feet together, cloud across, or should I say hand across, grab the moon, bring your cloud across, and bow. Warm up, straight into it again. I like it time. Okay, just gonna move out of the spot. Remember, do things way cooler than what I can, please. I am seriously uncool. When I say change, next person goes. If you're in a group, you ready? Change. 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 Change.
Sisters in bed, mother is shouting to her. Pack up your dolls, dinner is ready. Go
Change.
tell dad, the whole house smells good. I look at the street the same day, exactly the same. The windows are playing Sunday songs. I like it. I like it.
Change.
Don't think I'm wrong. I'm singing songs, just watching Sundays on.
Change. Change. Change.
I like it. I like it.
Change.
I like it.
Change. Change.
I like it.
Silly time. Okay, right. Qigong. For anybody who has not seen any of these sessions in the earlier films, Qi means breath, okay? So Qi means breath. Gong means work. So breath and work together, yeah? Qigong, breath work. G-O-N-G. Qi, you can say this really in two ways. You can say C or spell it C-H-I, or what they often do is they will spell it Q-I, right? They say Qi, Qigong. Okay, so Qigong. And it really is one of the things that was brought towards and combined with the actual sort of martial movements of Tai Chi going back all those years. I mean, literally, the Qigong practice goes back thousands of years. The Tai Chi, the sort of martial side of it, and the Qigong being together goes round about 3,000 years ago. Newer stuff obviously in the last, well, it's evolving all the time, but newer stuff probably over the last 4, 5, 600 years, should I say, somewhere around there. And the main aim of this is to get as much air, right, or as much oxygen and all the good stuff out of the air into your body as possible. And if you do that, what will happen is you'll start to feel a lot more sort of calm, a lot more relaxed. You'll feel a lot more alive, a lot more ready to make things, you know, happen, that sort of stuff. You'll be looking forwards instead of backwards. Generally speaking, people who practice Qigong are also very positive. Very, very, very positive. It's always right, that's it, we're going forwards, and I'm full of life, and you know, and people sometimes they get really sad. But as soon as you start teaching them some Qigong and some breathing exercises, all of a sudden this air comes into the lungs. And when it comes into the lungs, what happens then is the lungs take out all the good stuff and get it into the body. So when you're out there walking, when you're out there doing exercise, you know, you're doing a lot more breathing than what you would be if you were sat at home, you know, and sedate and sedentary. However, you can sit at home and you can do the breathing exercises. You really can do stuff at home if you're not capable of getting out, or you don't want to go out. You know, it may be throwing it down with rain. I love going out in the rain. I love going out in every weather, but that's just me. It's the way I'm built. Some people just don't like going out when it's raining. So they think, well, I'll not do the exercise. And then maybe it rains for a couple of days. They don't do the exercise. And the next thing you know, they're missing it. And then they don't do it. So the breathing stuff, the Qi Gong, the breath work can be done anywhere. Can be sat at a desk, can be stood, you know, out somewhere, can be doing a job, you know, this sort of thing. Anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Right, so what I did is I started to teach some of the actual movements that related to the actual elements in Qigong. Now, the Chinese have 5 actual elements, 5 things, right? Now, the first one is metal, all right? That's the first one, and I showed you that. The second one is water. The third one is wood. The fourth one is fire. And the last one is earth, okay? So you're going to, metal holds water. Water created wood. Wood makes fire. Fire created the earth. And that's what's known as a construction cycle, right? In Chinese medicine. Something where it means that whatever you're doing, it's actually being of a benefit. It's a beneficial thing, a constructive thing, right? The construction cycle. There is a destruction cycle, but it's not something I'll teach here, but we'll concentrate purely on the constructive cycle, the construction cycle, okay? So the very first movement I showed was the element of metal, all right? Now, metal, it's an easy thing to do, but what we have to do is we have to look on the body as having 3 main energy centers, followed by another 4 on top of that. So the 3 main energy centers are a couple of inches below the belly button, right there, one right in the center there, which is where if you tap down you'll get where the bit where it sort of comes apart there on your ribs there. Okay, don't press too hard there, because if you do it make you feel sick, because that's where the diaphragm muscle is just going to spasm up, right? So that's the next one. And then the third one was right where your nose touches your forehead, straight between the 2 eyes there, right in the middle there. Okay, and that was the 3rd energy center here, right? So you had 1, 2, 3. Now the aim of the movements is to move your hands in a certain way through those sort of things. So if you imagine a ball here, imagine a ball here, and you imagine a ball here, right? And the main aim is to bring your hands at some point through that, through one of those balls, 2 or even 3, you know, of those energy centers. But what happened is, going back all those years, they started to find out that if they put their hands through those things, the hands started to get warm. And if they combine that with some deep mindful breathing, when they did that, they found out that the whole body would start to tingle. And what was happening is all of this oxygen was coming out of the body, and it was going into all of these places, and the whole of the body started to feel fantastic from it. And it sounds, sometimes people have spoke to me and it sounds a little bit, oh, you know, that can't be, you know, it's a bit mumbo jumbo. Well, it can be, and it is, and I'm a walking example of it. You know, I've nothing to gain from saying this to anybody other than the fact that I can tell you that my hands go red hot, and every time I do Qigong I feel calm, I feel energized, I feel as though I've got all the smiles in the world are sitting inside me. All right, it's exactly the same for everybody else. It's just I've done it a little bit longer than other people who are watching this. So start to practice what I'm doing now, what I'm going to do in a bit. And I promise you, keep practicing it, you'll feel the same way. You will feel instantly, you know, you'll come away, you'll think, oh yeah, I feel really relaxed. This is really nice. Okay, which is a brilliant start to have. So the very first element was metal. Right, now metal is basically, we're going to do this in 3 places. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to go out and back, right? And then we're going to do it where we have the hands in the middle, so we're holding the ball in the middle here. We're going to go out and back, and then I'm going to bring it up in front, so like you're praying sort of thing, but a little bit higher here, right? Out and back. Okay, so it's exactly the same movement, slightly different on your hands, but exactly the same movement. When you go out, I want you to breathe in through your nose, and when you come back, I want you to breathe out through your nose. One of the big differences with Qigong, right? Unless you've got a cold, you should be breathing in and out through your nose. If you've got a cold and you're struggling to breathe out through your nose or in through your nose, go with your mouth, okay, in and out. But if you do that, as you probably heard me say on previous ones when I've taught this, to put the tip of your tongue behind the back of your teeth. If you do that, you'll find like a little lump right there. That's where I want your tongue to go, okay? So if this is your mouth, top part, bottom part, right there, and your tongue's coming in here in the middle, tilt your tongue up, touch your behind, right, with your teeth, touch behind the back of your teeth there, okay? And what you're doing then is you're just creating this sort of energy circuit which comes up over the head, all the way down, and then it flows all the way up this way. So basically what you have is 2 motorways that do that, right? So one's coming up and over and down, okay? The other one's doing the same but off the other side, up, like that. Okay, and if I do that, you can imagine the body in between my 2 hands there, down, and that's what you got, okay? And that's the way the energy, generally speaking, on the front, the energy flows up, okay? Generally speaking, but it also flows up and over and down on the back, all right? Everything has an opposite. So, metal, stand in your horse stance. You might only get maybe 2 or 3 of these done today if I try to keep it to 30 minutes. So, put your hands in front, just below your belly button, so let your arms hang. Okay, breathe in through the nose, and then breathe out through the nose. When you come back in, imagine you've got like a squishy sort of ball, yeah, there. So when your hands come in, like a sponge sort of ball, you go there, and then feel it coming off, okay, there, all right? So, hello, Colin. Colin's just crept up on me. And then, so breathing in, and then go back, breathing out. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now I want you to do 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then bring your hands in the middle. Okay, so let's try that. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, and breathing out. Okay? Now every time you breathe out, all I want you to do is I want you to consciously relax. Okay? Consciously relax. You're not going all sort of limp and sort of, you know, wet lettuce sort of thing, but you are relaxing. Really relax. Okay? So you'll feel your feet, if you're stood up, you'll feel your feet getting heavier on the floor because you're relaxing. Okay? Middle one, or top one, sorry. Just on the middle, top one. From here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay? So you're going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And that's a really, really good start to get all this air into your body, to get all the oxygen getting out of your lungs and out into your muscles, your bloodstream, you know, your bones, all this sort of thing. It's a really, really good start, okay? So the next one, if we have finished here, what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our fingers together there, and they literally just touch fingertips, right? So if you remember in the previous videos, what I've said to you is don't put your hands straight. Let your hands relax. So when these come together, these are both relaxed hands, and we're going to touch, and then what we're going to do then is we're going to go down and up, and then down and out. Okay? That's what we're going to do. Now, you're going to go through 2 energy centers. So you're going to go through, if you do it up here, you're going to go from here to the middle one, because your hands come down. So that's going level with the middle one. If you do it from the middle one, you're going to go down to the lower one. So you go down, up, down, there. All right? Up. And you'd finish where you started, which is back in the middle. There, okay? All right? So, we'll do that now. On the way out, you're breathing in. Okay? So, stand in your horse stance. Bring your fingers together, lightly touch. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Okay. Now, when you're going out, I always used to remember this, so it was a really nice one to remember. Because as you go out, you think of your hands going over the waves, down the other side of the wave and up, okay? So up we go. So you're breathing over the waves, breathing in all the time. Come back, breathe out. Over the wave, down the wave, and then back up, okay? So that's doing water, all right? Now, water, metal is, think of white or white hot, really, really hot, okay? White. Think of water, the colour associated with water is black. Now I've said before, I think I've said before on this, where as a young boy, my grandparents used to live very close to a colliery, and the river that was at the side of the colliery was absolutely jet black. I don't think anything was living in it, or if it was, it had to put up with the coal dust because they'd wash the coal, and then basically the actual river would run through. Fairly certain that there was nothing living in it, which is so sad. But I got used to thinking water being black. So to see this river now is stunning. It's jaw-dropping. It is as clear as you can put your hand to the bottom of this river now, and you can see all the kelp in there all flowing. There's abundance of fish. My great granddad used to say to me years ago, when he was a very little boy in the very early 1900s, he was born in the late 1800s. My great granddad used to say to me that they had salmon coming up this river. They actually had salmon coming up the river. It was so clear. And the colliery, sadly, the colliery came along, they washed it, the coal and everything else, and it killed it off. It was an industry of the time, and thankfully now these industries are winding down, and people are coming to actually realise that everything we need is already here. You know, you have the sunlight, we have wind, and we have, you know, we have wave power, this sort of thing. So it was an interesting thing. So I associated water very, very easily when they taught me this years ago. I associated water with black, all right? So think of something that makes you think black, okay? Just think of that, you know, colour or your coat or something like this, or a pair of shoes or whatever, and associate it with black. And it's an easy way then to remember it, okay? So we had metal holds water. So the white holds the black. Okay, says he with his head nodding on one side. You getting it? All right. So water creates wood. Okay, as far as I'm aware, no wood has ever been created without water. So wood's an easy one to think of as a colour, because we think of trees of having green leaves, this sort of thing, you know, and we're getting to the point now where this beautiful bloodgood acer at the side of me and the fantastic Japanese larch, which is just off camera here, and I'm determined actually, when all this lot comes out, I'm going to come down and I will film the trees. I'll show you the trees. I'll put that up on the YouTube channel and show the trees. It is stunning, honestly, absolutely stunning. But think of wood as green, so that's an easy one. All right, now we ended here. If we go to the top one, we ended there, right? So what we're going to do for wood is it's an easy one. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands round and down to the lower energy center, and we're just going to touch our fingers. Okay, little fingers touch there. So little fingers touch, and then we're going to bring that up, and we're going to go round a ball. All right, so it's like we're going around the earth, if you like. So we're bringing our hands around the earth, around the ball there. So from here, okay, take your hands down, turn your fingers, start to breathe in as you come all the way to the top. So breathe in, touch slightly, breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, now when you come down to the bottom, now push your hands away from you, okay, and bring them up and back towards you, all right, and then down. Okay, so breathing in as your hands come up, breathe out as they go back down. Breathing in and breathing out. So if I do that from the side, Okay, so we'll assume we'll do one more around the world. Okay, so from here, breathing in, and then breathing out, and then we're going to go forward. So breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out, and breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so metal holds water, so the white holds the black. Okay, water created wood. Okay, so water created wood. Now water is black or dark. We can think of the soil as being dark. Yeah, dark soil. That allows things to be planted in it, and up you come and you get wood. Okay, you've got wood from there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and I'm going to check what time we've got on the actual stream. Probably going to do the next two along with the last one, which is the Unity one. I'm probably going to do that on the next live stream, next video, YouTube video, which will be day 34, which will be tomorrow, which will be Thursday. Okay, so I'm just going to check, because I think we're going to be coming up to about that 30-minute sort of mark, and I want to keep it nice and crisp and short for you, so you can do some revision on this, and you can, you have a good time with it. All right, give me a sec, maybe 2 or 3, however long it takes me to get to this camera. Yeah. Okay. Just coming up to the 28-minute mark, somewhere around there. So that's enough for today. Tomorrow I'll cover the fire, and I'll cover earth, and I'll cover the Unity one, and put the whole thing together for you. All right, and that should be a really nice review of what was taught on earlier days with the Qigong exercises. Okay, so remember, if you're breathing in oxygen, right, it's coming in with the air. So the longer you keep that air in your lungs, the longer it takes your lungs to take out the good stuff. All right, your oxygen, unbelievably good for us. We lived in an oxygenated world, and we could breathe 100% pure oxygen. Literally nothing would decay. Okay, it's an incredible thing. Then you've got nitrogen and bits of other things, all the stuff we need. And then, as I said before in some of the, some of the films, stuff we don't need. The great thing about doing this breathing is, if we've got stuff in our lungs we don't need, right, you're breathing in all this good stuff and it's flushing it out, and out it comes. Okay, so it's coming in and it's coming back out, and it's flushing all the stuff out that we don't want. Okay, that's when we're breathing out the carbon dioxide, and everything in that, yeah, get rid of the stuff we don't need. So deep breathing, calm, makes you feel great, makes you feel really happy, really alive, like you're up for having a go at anything. All right, sounds like we have a motorbike over in the distance there. Okay, so bring your feet together, hold the moon, bring your cloud across and bow. Keep smiling, stay positive, laugh at everything, cheer up if you're miserable, don't be miserable. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. I should turn off the camera. Practice, always practice.